Hey everyone, welcome to the fourth Fun Thursday with Coach Jake. I hope everyone is doing well and has a nice time planned for all the moms this Sunday. I know there's a lot of moms out there who would like nothing more than some peace and quiet, maybe some alone time, just an hour to themselves this Sunday. So maybe you could ask Dad to take you and your siblings out into nature for a bit. Also, don't forget to call your grandmas this Sunday. I'm sure they are missing you so very much. My kid's grandma just couldn't stand it anymore. So after quarantining for the recommended amount of time, she moved in with us. And she brought Grandpa too. Here he is. Say hi, Grandpa.
Hi, Grandpa.
And we are so lucky to have them here. They help with schoolwork, they cook and clean a little bit. They tell embarrassing stories about me as a kid that everyone just loves. And they know all the best ways to spend time when you're at home. See, when they were kids, there was no internet. There were no cell phones. There were no cell phones or internet when I was a kid either, but at least I had video games. He had none of that. So he had to find ways to keep himself entertained that required no electricity, no Wi-Fi, no Nintendo, no nothing. Let's talk to this grandpa and find out how he had fun in the good old days.
You know, Jake, we did have electricity and batteries when I was a kid.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, we played games like flashlight tag. That used batteries. You had to shine the flashlight into somebody else's face, and if they saw the light, they were out.
That's cool, Pop-Up. But now we have laser tag.
Well, that looks like it's more fun than flashlight tag. But you know, we did have games that didn't need electricity or batteries.
Like what?
Like spinning tops. We used to spin the top to see who could get the top to spin the longest, and whoever could do that would win the game.
That's cool, Pop-Up. But now we have Beyblades.
Yep, that looks better than what we had. But we had checkers.
That's cool, Pop-Up, but kids these days play chess. Checkmate.
You know, we had a game that I don't think anybody plays anymore. We called it bottle caps or beeries or dead box. This was a game where you took some chalk and you marked out boxes on the ground, on the pavement. And then the idea was to take your finger and flick the bottle cap into each of the boxes. And who could ever get around the whole course the fastest would be the one who would win. And each person took turns shooting their bottle cap. Of course, if you got it in the middle box, that was called the dead box. And if you got it in there, you automatically lost the game.
That sounds like fun.
We played that for hours and hours. You know, we had this other game called flipping cards. And you took an old baseball card, or I guess today people would take a Pokemon card, and you flicked it and try to get it to get as close as you could to the wall. The real trick was to get what we called a leaner when it leaned up against the wall. And the only way you could beat a leaner would be to get another leaner right on top of it. That was pretty hard to do. Some people played pitching pennies. That was sort of like the cards, but it was with pennies getting closest to the wall instead of the cards.
Neat.
When we were in school, in the lunchroom, we had these long tables, and we would sit at these long tables and people would play penny hockey. There was a penny, and each player had a nickel. And you had to hit the nickel into the penny and then knock it into the goal. Well, what was the goal? The goal was we made our goal with our hands that you rested on the table like that. And if it got in the goal, you got a point. And we had half ball and clam chowder.
What? Now you're just making stuff up.
No, I taught you that as a kid, didn't I? I can't believe I was that bad a parent that I didn't teach you half ball. The way half ball worked was that we used these half a ball and we flipped them inside out, which we called clam chowder. And then we threw the ball like a frisbee. and it would float into the batter. And the batter would use a broomstick like this to hit the ball. And if he hit the ball past the pitcher on the ground, it was a single. On the fly, it was a double. If it landed all the way across the street on the pavement, it was a triple. And if they could get it onto the porch, it was a home run. Every once in a while, there was somebody who could hit it onto the roof on the house across the street. And those people were famous.
Well, I want to try hitting it on the roof. Let's go play that right now.
Okay.
I mean, you're really getting that swing and a miss shot.
Where, Jen, can you help me out here? Well, that was amazing. What else you got?
Well, we had jump rope, and we had duck, duck, goose. And of course, we had hide and seek.
We love hide and seek. Can we play it right now?
Okay, I'm going to be it. 1, 2, 3.
Well, that was a nice stroll back in time to the days of good old-fashioned fun. Thank you so much to Pop-Up for sharing all of those neato ways to stay entertained offline. And also to my kids for showing us that some of the most popular games of today are just new versions of the old classics. You have 2 assignments for this week. One is to play any classic game that we learned about today, or any classic game that you might have. And 2 is to call your grandparents, especially Grandma, on Sunday, and ask them what kind of games they played when they were kids. I'm sure they'll have plenty of ideas and inspiration for ways that you can pass the time now too. Okay, until next week, see you later, alligator, and have a flippin' fun Thursday. See ya.
Yeah, we played games like laser.
It's tougher than it looks, huh?